That's crazy. Has P. Diddy no shame? What's up, my beautiful soul family? How's everybody feeling today? So, it's recently come out that P. Diddy is being charged with also violating a 9-year-old child. In light of this recent news, a lot of people was wondering whether P. Diddy ever did anything to his adopted son, Quincy Brown, the son of Kim Porter and I'll Be Sure. So what I thought I would do is a reading to see if P. Diddy ever violated Quincy the way he is alleged to have violated other children. Now, I want to put out a disclaimer before I start this reading. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I state in this video is just my interpretation of the cards. Nothing I state in this video have been proven to be fact as of now. So now that we got that disclaimer out the way, let's shuffle the cards and let's see if Quincy Brown was ever violated. I think we're ready. Fortune Hunter, King of Pentacles. Fortune Mad. Fortune Hunter. An immature. King of Wands. Let me see. Childhood abuse. Love is reversed. Alright, so looking over the cards, as I stated, you got the 10 of Pentacles reversed, meaning some kind of family feud. Excuse me. There was some kind of family feud I'm reading now about him being Quincy's father figure. He wasn't a good role model to Quincy, and I'm seeing that he could be abusive in some ways to Quincy. I'm also, from looking over the cards, it looks like there is some trauma that Quincy experienced from him. And so the Judgment card, and then you got the Lovers reversed. There's some, I'm getting the sense that he's the one who introduced Quincy to some kind of sexuality. I'm not implying that he molested Quincy, and this is all for entertainment purposes. This is all alleged. But what I'm seeing right now with Judgment and then the Lovers reversed right next to it is some kind of, the Lovers reverse talks about some kind of confusion with sexuality, whereas Judgment card talks about rebirth and sexuality as well. And then you got it next to the Six of Cups reverse, which talks about childhood trauma, you know what I mean, or the past coming back to haunt you. So I'm getting from this, he wasn't a good role model for Quincy, and there was family feud going on. Now, it also talks about some kind of abuse and him having a temper at times, and him also preying on Quincy's vulnerabilities at times. So I'm scared that it's pointing to he might have did something to Quincy, but I want to draw more cards before I draw that conclusion. So let me let's move this out the way like I always do, and let's draw some more cards just to see what the next batch says. But I think it's pointing to he at least introduced Quincy to some kind of sexuality. I don't know if that's down to him touching Quincy, or maybe he got Quincy a woman or something. This is all allegedly. Okay, this is the card of crimes. Now you see how the Six of Pentacles was before that, and before that it was the Lovers reverse, confusion over sexuality. Then it was generosity with money and stuff like that, but some kind of domination, submissive relationship where each other was fine with that, where one partner, runs things and the other partner doesn't. And then next to it is some crimes. Part of the crime can be a victim or the capital R word. Oh, I'm scared this is pointing to the fact that sorrow, pain, loss, hurt. Ooh. All allegedly for entertainment purposes. I'm scared that these cards are saying that P. Diddy victimized Quincy. Damn. Reverse. Then you got the Death reverse. Unavoidable ending. Unavoidable circumstance. The Herm is about enlightening someone. Then you got the Three of Wands, which is about travel or expansion. It's also about growth. If we look back at what the other cards are saying, and then, like I said, it's enlightenment. He introduced Quincy some kind of way to sexuality. He victimized Quincy. Quincy was a victim. I think Quincy was a victim of the R word with him. This is what the cards is pointing to. You know what I mean? Some kind of, like I said, some kind of unavoidable catastrophe. Okay, let's pull some more cards. So then you got the Knight of Pentacles being stingy, greedy, mean, a grifter. Then you got the Moon card, which is about delusion. It's about fears, anxiety. It's about imbalanced moods or whatever. Quincy might be depressed from what happened to him when he was younger. This is what I'm reading. Quincy's depressed. Okay. Healing, recovery, recuperation, therapy. He needs therapy from the things he witnessed with P. Diddy. Now, like I said, I can't right now say for sure that Quincy was capital R worded by Diddy, but he at least introduced him some kind of way into sexuality, and Quincy may have been a victim. Let me see. Compassion, depression. Quincy's very, whatever P. Diddy did or did in front of Quincy, Quincy's very upset emotionally and mentally about it. Like, he needs therapy. He needs some kind of healing from this. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, it weighs heavily on Quincy. As I stated in a previous video with him and Quincy, Quincy does have a lot of baggage from Diddy that he needs to, I guess, work on and try to move forward from. Yup, see, slow in progress, stop in progress. He's stuck. He's stuck in that time frame of whatever Diddy did that traumatized him. See? Secret's not getting out, keeping the secret. Page of Pentacles. He was young. He was young. He was a student in school. This happened when Quincy was a kid, and he never told anybody. I don't think even his mother knew about whatever it is Diddy did. It just never got out. The problem stayed under wraps. Released from an abusive relationship. I think it ended when his mother and him broke up. When Quincy's mother and Diddy stopped dating each other. But Quincy went through a heck of a lot with Diddy before that. Now, this is the card of sexuality too, but it's reversed. So it could be about a confused sexuality or like dark lust. You get what I'm saying? Like, or release from that dark lust. Like maybe getting help with a... I'm not going to say Quincy has some kind of addiction, but I see lust. Like it was some kind of... You know what? I got it now. When Quincy was a kid, there was some kind of lust. You know what I mean? It was like evil, though. It was, you know how we all lust for people, but this card, it was like something wicked done. It was like almost like pedophilia kind of lust. Okay, so I'm getting from the cards, allegedly all for entertainment purposes only. So Quincy used to try to do a lot of escapism. Maybe he would fly off into a fantasy world because he wanted to get away from it, but he was unable. He was unable to get away. He was unable to escape it. So he would try to, I guess, go somewhere else in his imagination. Yup, look at this. Sexuality. You know what this Ace of Wands represent? Sexually potent. It was something sexual that Diddy either did to him or did in front of him or introduced him to. Ace of Pentacles. Loss of profit. Loss of finances. Unable to focus. Getting the help that you needed. Ooh, did Quincy? I think they did do something to Quincy. Allegedly for entertainment purposes. I think the cards is pointing to that. Lying. He had a lot. I feel like Quincy had to lie to himself a lot of times about what was happening between him and Diddy. You know what I mean? In order to, I guess, cope and get through it. I'm also seeing some prostitution. So I also getting in the sense that Diddy at least hooked Quincy up with some prostitutes sometime. All allegedly for entertainment purposes only. There were times he paid for ladies to service Quincy. Quincy had a nervous breakdown. He has PTSD also from a lot of what Diddy did or whatever. There was a lot of... You know what? I'm getting the feeling that Diddy did do a lot of sexual things in front of Quincy, and I don't want to say it, but I wonder if Diddy himself did some sexual things to Quincy. And I think during those times, Quincy had to use like imagination and some kind of escapism to cope through the moment. And it led to him having a mental breakdown and PTSD and some mental disorders. This all alleged for entertainment purposes only, of course. Yeah, he tricked Quincy into a lot of acts. I'm not gonna say, well, yeah, it was kind of forced. Like he coerced them a lot. You know what I mean? He did it in the most conniving ways. Oh, you know what I mean? I'll cut you off financially if you don't do this. I'll leave your mom or whatever. And Quincy felt like he had to sacrifice himself for his mom and for the rest of the family because to keep the family together. I don't think Kim knew about that part of it though. He made Quincy, if Quincy rejected his advances, he made it seem like Quincy would be like the black sheep of the family. He would be looked at as the troublemaker, or he tried to make it seem like Quincy was making trouble. All allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Okay. See, this is the Queen of Swords. Excuse me, the Queen of Wands, which is Kim Porter. And you see how you got the Page of Wands next to it. So Kim and her son had a strong relationship. And that's how Quincy was able to cope with some of the things he went through under Diddy's roof, because he always kept a strong relationship with his mom. So that's the only way he felt fulfillment, because he felt a lot of emotional turmoil too, being around Diddy. See the Knight of Cups? That's P. Diddy, because P. Diddy's a water sign and Cups is water. But this is when P. Diddy was younger. You know what I mean? And Quincy was younger too, of course. So you got the Chariot reverse, which is things got out of control at times, and it felt like unstable, ungrounded. He felt like a prisoner in his own home at times. Yeah. There was some actual abuse going on with Diddy. And I think some of that abuse also was that he like it had to do with prostitutes too. I think he probably witnessed some of those freak offs, all allegedly for entertainment purposes, of course. So then you got the Queen of Pentacles, you got the Queen of Cups reversed, you got the Ace of Swords, which was about communication and being creative, and then you got the Justice card, fairness, karma, balance. Then you got the Seven of Wands reversed. You got the Page of Swords, which Quincy's a Gemini. So the Page of Swords, I'm guessing, is representing him, because swords means, the air sign suite, which is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So why do I feel like, in a sense, Quincy was kind of pent up against P. Diddy's actual kids? I get that feeling. Like P. Diddy would pin them up against each other sometime. Like try to trying to turn Quincy and pin them against each other. And also I feel like there was something that went on when Kim Porter was pregnant. During the times that Kim Porter was pregnant was probably when some of this abuse took place as well. He was good I think he was good to Quincy and took care of Quincy until Kim Porter got pregnant. I think, like I said, this is my interpretation of the cards. This is what I'm reading. And then that's when he started doing like sneaky stuff to Quincy. You know what I mean? And making him feel like he wasn't smart and he deserved it. Quincy had to constantly be on guard against all of this. He was always just sad and fearful of Diddy, and I think he regretted his mother ever dating Diddy. I don't think Quincy was very happy with Diddy. Is very happy with Diddy. I think that, like I said, Diddy pulls the purse strings, so Quincy has to play by Diddy's rules. But he had a very tumultuous childhood because of Diddy. Self-gratification. See? Don't trust me. The R-worder. Very violent, a molester, a rapist. Okay, I'm gonna come right out and say it then, because that card came up, and then it was the card next to it is about self gratification next to the capital R word or the "Don't Trust Me" card. According to my reading, P Diddy molested Quincy. This is what my reading is saying. This is what my reading is saying. All for entertainment purposes only, allegedly. You know what I mean? No proof that this actually happened, but my cards is saying P Diddy molested Quincy. And this was a cross too heavy to bear for Quincy. He felt blindsided and trapped by this, and he felt like he was being pulled in two directions because he knew his mother loved Diddy, and so he didn't want to say nothing. And plus, he knew that they depended on Diddy for finances, and he knew how bad Diddy's temper can get, and how violent Diddy could get, and how much Diddy could fly into a rage. He feared Diddy. This stunted his development. He chose to keep quiet about this. It stunted his development. He felt defeated. He felt like he lost part of himself. I mean, in a sense, he was robbed of his innocence. If what my cards is alleging is true, had actually happened, he was robbed of his innocence. And he still had to pretend that they're this big happy family for the cameras, knowing that this stuff was going on behind the scenes, and that the relationship between him and Diddy was father and son. But he felt so trapped. He felt so imprisoned. He struggled a lot with this emotionally. See that? There was a lot of disharmony, a lot of, he did not have inner peace. You know what I mean? I don't want to say that there was some kind of, he used substance abuse as a coping mechanism, but I'm kind of, you know what? I think that's what it is saying, is he used, because Diddy was so obsessed with image and all that other stuff that it never got out about him using abusing substances in order to cope. The Knight of Wands. Diddy was so obsessed about image and stuff like that. He pretended to be, he act like, oh, I was his father figure, I was his savior, you know what I mean? I was the good guy that stepped up in his life when his father didn't. The whole time, all he was a negative force in Quincy's life, and he oppressed Quincy a lot. He stunted Quincy's growth, and he was a violent father figure. He was violent, he was tyrannical, and he was very controlling. He never gave Quincy the love he needed as a father. You know what I mean? But let me see. Quincy a lot of times felt hopeless, fearful. You know what I mean? Like, Diddy made Quincy's childhood a nightmare. Quincy felt like he had no other choice, though, but to put up with it. But put up with the fighting and the trouble and the turbulence. It's not like they had the money to go out on their own. So he still had to pretend like they were happy with Diddy being this, his father figure and all that other crap. When all Diddy ever did was use finances to control them and take over. I'm out of cards, so we're out of a reading, okay? But to recap, and like I said, I want to remind everybody, all of this is alleged. What do you guys think? Do you guys believe that P. Diddy molested Quincy as a child? Or do y'all think that P. Diddy treated Quincy well and that maybe my reading was wrong? I don't know. Anyways, thank you for tuning in, my beautiful soul family. I'll see you guys on the next reading. Have a good one. And if you like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends and family. Peace.